Hello everybody, this is Kaboom, and today I'm super excited to share with you my fishing hole guide and tips and tricks at the end of the video. I spent probably 6 to 8 hours fishing in different locations all over the map, and I used the Epic Chum Bucket and an Epic Rod, and I fished those locations until the pole broke. I took those fish and I put them into chests. And from that, I have put together a guide to where you can find certain kind of fish. And at the very end of this, I've got several tips and tricks to show you guys on how to fish quicker and faster. Things that I learned from actually fishing for that long that I think may be helpful to you. And I have a very special clip of me catching the rarest fish in the game. And I am telling you, I cannot believe I caught it, and I cannot believe I caught it while I was filming. So I'm super excited to share that with you. I divided the fishing holes up into 7 different fishing areas. I found that there's 4 areas that I'm calling lakes. That's the grassland lakes, the dry valley lakes, the frostland lakes, and the cave lakes. Then there's 3 more areas. I'm dividing them up into the grassland shore, the sandy shore, and the dry valley shore. So I went ahead and I fished each one of these areas with its own pole, and I'm going to divide the fish up into the groups so you can know where to go to catch the fish that you're looking for. So real quick, before we go into the list of fish and where I found them and what I caught, I wanted to show you this map. If you guys look over here, we'll start on this side where it says Dry Valley Shore. So this is when you're in the Dry Valley and you're fishing into the ocean. Down below you have Dry Valley Lake. You can kind of see in this picture there's these little lakes in the middle of the dry valleys. This is when you're fishing into that lake. And then you have the sandy shore, which is like the beach that everyone refers to, and you're fishing from that sandy shore into the ocean. Same goes for the grassland shore. That's when you're in the grasslands biome and you're fishing out into the ocean. And then over here you have the grassland lake, and then you inside the caves in the grassland you'll have these little pools of water that I'm calling a lake. They are deep enough to fish in, and in the bonus tips area, I'll talk a little bit about that. Over here on the far right side of the map is the Frostland Lakes, and these are these little water areas. So I just wanted to go over this map so you guys had a good reference when we go into the fish and where you can find them. Okay, everybody, so this is the list that I put together. Don't worry, the whole list will be up on the screen after it scrolls by so that everyone can take a picture of it on their phones and save it for reference. And there will be an Excel sheet coming out in a couple days that you can have to use as a reference. I will send that out in a community post on YouTube, also on Twitter. So be sure to follow me over at Twitter at Kaboom2084, and be sure to subscribe to the channel so that you get that notification when I send out that community link. You'll notice that the blue small fry has a picture of a river going through its column. That's because you can catch those in the rivers and all the different. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the tips and tricks. Okay, tip number 1, when you're looking for water in a cave, you may come up to areas where you throw your bucket and it bounces off the water. That's because that area is not deep enough. So you want to look for pools of water that already have a circle. But even there, do you see how that bounced? Sometimes you gotta get it just right. But don't worry, you get your bucket back if you miss. So go ahead and try until you get one that pops in. Another tip is if you actually hold down your button, it'll give you a blue icon that'll help you cast into the center of your chum circles. Another tip is if you want to do a lot of fishing, you need to have 2 fishing poles, and when you finally catch a fish and you pull it out, there's this like really long animation here that a lot of people just sit through to get your fish. Instead of sitting through it, cast your pole out. As soon as you catch your fish, have a second pole in your inventory, and as it's coming out, switch over to that pole. It'll cancel the animation and it'll get you in the water twice as fast. And last but not least, everyone, here is the video. I am super excited about this. There are legendary Vendetta fish in the caves, and they are catchable. So if you haven't caught one yet, keep it up. I know you'll finally get there. Here's the video. I hope you guys enjoy it.